I'm guessing that knife is probably what we need for the gift box. Or the bloodied bag, one of the two. I'm gonna keep both of those on us. What else do we have? I don't know. I don't think we need this anymore. We'll keep that on us and that on us. Oh, the stuff on the walls is gone. Oh yeah, sorry, I just saw your message. It got blocked by Automod because of the ISIS, but the ones that are Siren, Curses, I have ISIS, Obscure, Cold Fear. I have two of the Siren games that I plan on playing. Cold Fear I don't have. Obscure I don't have physical versions of, but I think I have digital versions of. And so yeah, there's a couple of those. I also have there's a standalone GameCube game that we'll be doing at some point as well. Not gonna spoil what it is, but if you know about weird horror games on the GameCube, you might be able to figure out which one it is. It's kind of ahead of its time, honestly, I feel.
Go.
Find us more healing items, please. Oh, hi, Amanda. Is that a marble?
Go.
Small hearted with a bag in the girl's hands. We made it. We make a great team. Hand me Peter. I'll give him. Oh, we can't. Okay. Okay. I guess we'll do that, even though that's not gonna help us, I feel.
Go.
Clothespin.
Go.
We're gonna explore before we go through there. Because we need some more healing items. I don't think they'll throw another boss at us this month, but just want to check. Candy, that's what we were looking for. How is our health, by the way? Okay, it's fine. His health is not great, so we'll have to get him some bacon when we get back to the storage chest.
Go.
Okay, we can't get through that way, but we can through the other door, as long as the other door isn't blocked. We're playing... Ah, never finished it. Okay. Well. We'll keep that a secret between you and other people in chat. But yes, we'll be playing that at some point. Not sure when. The standalone horror games like that, especially the ones that don't take super long, they could be kind of put in, like, slotted into any place. So if it's like one of those, oh, we need a game to play, we need a like a retro game to play, we can just put that right in there and be like, there you go, there's a game. Actually, it's very funny. I have a memory of that game. When we got it, I think it was like when we first got it on GameCube. There was a member of my family that was playing it, and I had fallen asleep on the couch. And they got stuck on a puzzle, and I had woken up a little bit, and I don't think he wants us to go out here, but we'll see. And I like woke up, looked at the puzzle for like 2 minutes. I was like, "This is how you solve it," and then I went back to sleep. And they were so mad at me because they were like, "How did you figure that out while you were half asleep?" Some research, well, it doesn't say the exact setting of Haunting Ground. It's around the time the game... I think it's around the time the game was released, because one of the cars in the intro resembles a high luxury car from...
Go.
The era. Oh, interesting. But the castle seems so, like, in the past, though, Zwex. Like, I guess they don't have... Like, it's so isolated they wouldn't have to do that, but yeah, I guess it makes some sense.
Go.
So that would be what, 2004? 2005. Oh, we couldn't go in here before. Sock? Wait, is that the other thing we can find with this? No, okay, we already knew that.
Go.
We couldn't go in here before. There's a red bird. Okay, I'm guessing that's the thing we have to catch. There's a gramophone in here. And we have a vinyl. RE4, where... Isolated island area, where urban life... Yeah... But, like... There's still... Like, they have, like, chainsaws, right? Like, that one shows its age, but, like, the most... I would say the most... futuristic thing about Haunting Ground is like a revolver, but we've had a revolver since like the 1800s.
Go.
So I don't know. It'd be interesting to do a deep dive on that and see if someone has figured out like through the lore when exactly that game could have taken place. Because I do like the idea that they would be set in the same universe. I don't think that harms either one of them from a story standpoint anyways. Scone, good. We're gonna need more of those. Okay, found one more scone. Oh, that's what the socks finds. Okay, so the socks find scone and a clothespin, so we don't need that anymore. Does the spring find anything?
Go.
Okay, the spring is going to find its one item now. And it's another spring. No, it's some... Oh! I was thinking spring as in... Like a spring, like a collapsing spring. It's like the season spring.
Go.
Okay. Interesting. Can we find more scones up here? No. Okay.
Go.
Okay, nothing there.
Go.
Okay, I'm guessing the floral letter is going to take us to the door with the gift box. There's also this secret door here that we still can't open.
Go.
Okay. He knows where it's at, but he can't get there.
Go!
Oh. But, where are we going, buddy?
Go! Go.
Interesting. He acts like he wants to find an item, and as soon as we go the direction he wants us to go, he stops.
Go!
See, he wants to go through this door, and as soon as we go through this door, he whines. Like he lost the scent. So I wonder if there's another, like, triggering event that we have to do.
Go!
Okay, nothing on the marble.
Go!
Nothing on the sock.
Go!
Okay, he can find something here. Hmm. Is he gonna find fall? Okay. And then if we have fall, that means he can find winter. Hmm. Like I said, I have no idea what these items do. This is my first playthrough, so like this could all just be garbage for all I know.
Go!
I'm gonna run back
Go!
to storage so we can store some stuff. And then we got about 1 more hour of gameplay.
Go! Go!
Before I have to get off for the day, so...
Go!
Straight across from the Aristocrat Club? No. Okay, it's parallel to the Aristocrat Club. Good to know.
Go!
He can't find winter. At least not yet. I'm gonna do 1 more cycle of items before we store some of this stuff.
Go!
Nope.
Go!
Okay, we know where that's gonna lead us.
Go!
Okay, he does have something for sock. hoping to find more healing items. That's kind of the reason why I'm doing this as well. Okay. Clothespin.
Go!
Should be able to go through here now. Another clothespin.
Go!
So I think basically what I think the Brown mechanic is he finds a lot of junk because, you know, he's a dog. But I think on occasion he'll find useful items. So that's why you have to keep doing the find mechanic, because then you find stuff like the spring, the vinyl record, the movie, or the film, or whatever. Sock.
Go!
Another sock.
Go!
But I think that's kind of the thing is they I don't know if it's like a test of persistence or what. I also don't know if this game has like multiple endings based on the things you find, or if it's just like lore items, or if it's just all junk. Except the healing items, obviously, but it's interesting that this is like a mechanic. Because, like, on one hand, it does incentivize you doing it because this is how you get your healing items. But on the other hand, you know, you do also run into a lot of junk. At least what we're assuming is junk. Marbles, clothespins, socks. But again, finding those items allows us to find other healing items, so in essence, they're not really junk. They are just stepping stones to better or more healing items. It's a very interesting way of doing that. So instead of just, you know, leaving, like, healing items, you know, laying around, they let you use... They let you use Brown to find items that also find healing items. This door was locked. Sorry, Brown, we can't go in there.
Go!
Is that more candy? Is that a marble? The marble. We already know candy turns into marble? We do. It also turns into spring.
Go!
Also, it's interesting that... Okay, so that's 2 items that are through that door. I'm guessing we're going to go there eventually.
Go! Go!
But, what is that? It's like a chicken leg. Drop something. It's a drumstick is what it is. Okay. I guess we can drop this. Remember, when you drop something, it goes to your stash. So we can drop spring and summer, because we found fall. And drumstick, I'm guessing, is food for Huey, who does need to be healed. It is. Okay. Okay. Drumstick is big Huey food. So bacon is the normal food, and drumstick is the full heal. But yeah, it's interesting because it's one of those like I like when they're like, okay, so we know we got to give the player health items, right? And one of the first items you get that teaches you the mechanic is a biscuit tin, which you can use to find, obviously, more biscuits, which are cookies, if you don't know. For American viewers, not like big old biscuits. But you find cookies, and that's how they teach you the mechanic, which are healing items. So, and you get to keep that tin to find more biscuits, which is essentially is just how you get your like green herb equivalent, right? The weakest heal you have. And then later on, as you saw, we get chocolate and lollipop and stuff like that, scones, which are higher level.
Go.
Okay, we're going in here. So, basically, it's one of those that, like, this mechanic is not required, but it's definitely helpful. I think, on one hand, I think players could probably find this pretty tedious, just because the sheer amount of garbage you can find. Right? Because if you look, a perfect example are these marbles, right? If we look at our inventory right now, we have 24 marbles. That means out of all the items we've been finding almost this many marbles and this many clothespins, right? That's a lot of essentially what seems like garbage just to find a few healing items. So it's kind of also a test of persistence or perseverance. So now again, you do have items that you know will give you food, so any of the food items can be found, and they're more likely to give you food.
Go.
So like, for example, we can go, our storage box is right here. There's an item we can get out of our storage box. The biscuit tin helps us find biscuit. No. Also, we haven't found what we need for the film. I need to put that in our inventory. Do that. I'm gonna put that away, just because it doesn't have a find on it. 100 grand pound item says, I wonder what this does to dogs. You gave it to me, start attacking you over and over. Yeah. But yeah, again, it's one of those that you can definitely see how like this kind of mechanic could become very tedious. And that's kind of what I was talking about earlier about like game design of like how you incentivize stuff. Because like on one hand, brown is required because as we saw with the following of Peter, we had to use brown to follow Peter to get to the sequence where we fought the boss, right? What's that? Clothespin, okay.
Go.
So, like, the mechanic is required for the gameplay, but how much is required to find healing items is what varies. And since combat's required, right, that means that in theory, there's some level of requirement, unless you're just very good at the combat. Oh, we haven't been in here before either. The hell is that? Candy, okay. There's some level of requirement of this outside of that as well, because with the combat being required, it means you're probably going to need healing items.
Go!
So right, that's how like the interaction of systems, like interactivity between the systems. Okay, we can't go that way, friend. All right, let's go back here and see if he finds any more of this.
Go!
Okay, through there.
Go!
Okay, found another sock. So
Go!
through the door. Okay, so far there's 2 doors that we have to go through to find stuff.
Go!
And remember, there's also 2 types of healing items that we need.
Go!
Okay, can't find anything for that. Because there's healing items for us and healing items for Brown. Okay, so that's through there. I'm guessing that's like the pantry or something.
Go!
Okay, he doesn't know about that.
Go!
Okay. So we'll go through that at some point, but so it's one of those that like you have to find that balance of like, are you giving the player enough healing items for required combat? Because we talked about that a lot when we played Fatal Frame 1. Fatal Frame 1 has a lot of required combat. On top of like random encounters that can happen. And there's like 9 healing items in the entire game. And that's a little a little low for that many required fights.
Go!
I mean, it's a little low for just in general, but like, you know, that's where you have to find the balance of interactivity with the systems and stuff. It's like, if we're gonna have a combat mechanic, how do we? Oh, he's gonna want to go through that door again. Can we go up here, by the way? We can.
Go!
What is that? White chocolate. Okay, so that's the last thing we can find with marbles.
Go!
And of course, marbles will find marbles.
Go!
Also, there is a discussion I've been having a lot recently through our playthroughs about, like... What do you... Okay, I'm guessing you want to go through this door. Let's just go through this door. He's getting stuck on the stool, I think. Yeah. Okay, you can't go that way, friend. How do we get over there before? I don't know if we can go through the cafeteria. Where, you know, like, the difficulty of a game,
Go!
does not necessarily make a game better than a different game. Yeah. We gotta drop something. Let's drop the white chocolate for now. Pick up the shortbread. Is that the last thing we needed for marbles? Okay, marbles, the shortbread, socks, and white chocolate. Okay.
Go!
But it happened early in development because there was a lot of ports of games from arcades. So arcades inherently were designed to get as many quarters as possible, so those games were very, very difficult. Because of that design philosophy. And something I've been noticing a lot recently as well, is okay, we can't go there. There's been quite a few games that have kind of
Go!
leaned on, if we make our game, difficult, that'll bring players in because players like hard, difficult games, right? It's the, the Souls phenomenon, if you will. Like, okay, this is the Dark Souls of X thing, or, whatever. And honestly, I think that design philosophy does hold back, what could be much better games.
Go!
Like, if you want to have a difficult game, there's nothing wrong with that.
Go!
Okay, still doesn't know about that.
Go!
Okay, where are we going? But it's just like, sometimes all the games have to offer is that they're difficult.
Go!
It's interesting, sometimes he loses the scent, it seems.
Go!
No.
Go! Go!
Okay. But, that's why, like, I'm very hopeful for indie development to, like, keep escalating the way it has, because there's a lot of indie devs that are, like, they're making games for the, like, the joy of
Go!
making games, and thus, like, a lot of times they're making the games fun because that's the game that they want to play. And they don't have to worry about, like, risk management because, they don't have a publisher or a board of directors or anything like that to please. So they don't have to worry about, like, oh, is this game too risky? Now, sometimes games in, like, early access, for example, don't get finished because, they don't plan well enough ahead, but I do think there's a lot of indie games that have come out recently that I think, like, I mean, perfect example is if you look at Balatro, which I have not played, but that kind of took everybody by surprise that he even got, mentioned in the same breath as some of the other games that it did at, like, the Game Awards or in, stuff like that, like top tier lists and stuff.
Go!
And it's just one of those, like, made by a person, like a singular person kind of thing.
Go!
And it's just always interesting to see that, because it's like, okay, what can we learn from those games, those types of games where
Go!
one person just made their vision and it worked out for them,
Go!
And not from the essence of, like, okay, what can we copy, but from the essence of, okay, what gameplay loops did they use? Like, how was their game structured? How was their incentive structured? What was the obstacles and the payoffs and the story and stuff like that, right? Like, that's the stuff you want to talk about, because Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how we get back there. I guess we'll get back there at some point. Alright, I think it's time for us to just figure out what goes in the box. But that's information that's really useful, because that's knowledge that can be passed on to the next independent developer that can then do their own game, but go, okay, this is something that I can work with. Like, oh, their incentive structure is based around this healing mechanic, or this follower mechanic, or whatever, right? I'm gonna get so lost in here. I see. Okay. But you know, it's just one of those that, like, talking about the design of the game is important, because there's older games, and part of the reason why we play these retro games is there's some of these ideas that are abandoned, right? Like some of these things that were left in the dust because a game didn't do well, right? And the reason why sometimes that happens is because it didn't do well because what the audience was expecting at the time. Like if you're releasing, you know, like say this game during like peak Call of Duty fervor, this game is not going to compete with that, right? Like, not in the same kind of scale. But if you were to release this game right now, where we're having kind of almost a survival horror renaissance, I think a game like this would succeed very well. In fact, I think this would become some people's favorite game. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where we're at. Okay. And it's just one of those that, like, and like I talked about when we played Kuon, the fact that I can't think of another magic-based survival horror game is kind of insane, right? Like, you would think that someone else would have tried that at some point. And I'm talking about like magic as like ammunition, not like magic as in you have magic and that's just how you interact with it. Um, let's see. So if we go, we need to go straight ahead through two doors, and then hook a left. Okay. But, you know, like, timing is important, but also access is important. You gotta remember that, like, not everybody had a PlayStation 2. You know, not everybody had access to the libraries at the time, and anything that was, like, console locked didn't get played by certain people just because they couldn't. But now we've kind of gotten around that with like, PC and cross-platform releases. Like, Xbox is basically out of the, like, exclusive slash console game for the most part, other than like some publishing titles. And we see all of those release on PC. Sony's starting to release things on PC. Nintendo's really the only holdout you got. And that's because they've been around so long that they have the ability to do that holdout. Okay, let's put this away. This away. Put the clothespin away. Marble away. Sock away. I think we're good. Don't want to put this away because I don't want to forget about it, but okay. So let's go figure out what we need for the gift box, and then we'll come back and save, because we might have what we need, but we might not. But that's why, like, there's that GOG wish list thing that they're doing, or whatever they're calling it, where people, it's like, hey, go vote for the games you would love to see on GOG, you know, because they can go and be like, hey, so we've got, 60,000 signatures saying we want Haunting Ground, we want Rule of Rose, right? Kuon. They could take that to the developer and go, look, we'll manage everything. Just give us the ROM and the license to sell the game, and we'll take care of it, right? And if the developers go, sure, we're not doing anything with that, there you go. And the beauty of it is, too, is then those publishers and those licensors, licensees? Licensors? I don't know. Anyways, the developers and the publishers can look at that and go, oh, that sold 100,000 copies in the first, 2 weeks, right? Which isn't, the big 1 million that you would expect, but they could go, we could devote a small team to making a sequel to that, right? Oh, the box is broken. Interesting. Snatch. No? Okay. Or they could just devote, hand off the rights to make a remake of it. The forest range strange familiar. Dense woods, under the stars, sacrificial ceremony, desperately fighting fear. Girls slowly approach the strange sight. Oh, they're about to kill Amanda. Okay, we still don't know what's up with Stray Dog. We know that Stray Dog brings candy, but also... Oh, they're not going to kill Amanda.
Lower classes like you and me can't go up very close. We have to pray from a distance.
But we know that Stray Dog also steals children.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Aristocrat Club. I wish to thank you for gathering here today.
Jennifer!
May I have your attention? This is a message from the Princess of the Rose. The message reads, Jennifer, your efforts this month deserve special recognition. You managed to find Peter and will be amply rewarded. Thus concludes the message from the princess.
Splendid work, Jennifer. You are no longer a wretched peon.
I figured that was what's going to happen.
Amanda, on the other hand, has been demoted.
Miserable Amanda.
Amanda. It's time, Jennifer.
Well, she knew this was coming, remember? Because Amanda...
Jennifer. Jennifer. Jennifer.
Just turn around and smack them with a stick, dude. Smack her with a stick. Wow. See, exactly, right there. Just smack her with a stick. Oh, it's a dead rat. Interesting. The one before was alive. Peer pressure. Would I like to save? I would. Thank you. Alright, we're going to go ahead and save over April. We should be in June. Because it's every month. Oh, no, we skipped straight over summer and went to October. So, went from May to June, July, August, September. We skipped 4 months. Interesting. Also, this one's called the Rag Princess. So, what I'm gonna do is, that's actually where we're gonna go ahead and call that